Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to Tone on a Budget. My name is Greg, and this is where we talk about instruments that us ordinary, everyday gigging musicians or even not gigging bedroom players uh, would use. Today, I want to talk about five string basses. You know, if you're in the market for a new five string, you've got a lot of choices. The problem with today, though, is wherein, back in the day we used to be able to go to a music store and try out all the different instruments and then make a choice. Today, the music stores are either in the suburbs or the cities, okay, which is where they've always been, but they're not stocking a whole lot. Most of what they're stocking is a lot of entry level stuff, and they'll have some, maybe middle offerings and maybe some upper grade U.S. made stuff. But for the most part, it's entry level. Most of the stock in your average big box guitar store or music store is going to be made in China, and it's going to be overpriced crap. I'm sorry that I said it. But anyway, so if you're looking for a five-string bass, you have a lot of choices. Okay, we know Fender, all right, and I'm going to diss Fender right now, okay, because I've seen all of this with my own eyes. I've had my hands on it. I think I did a video not too long ago about having to change a nut on a new Fender bass because the nut wasn't cut wrong and the strings were misaligned on the neck going down to the bridge. Fender has been having all kinds of workmanship issues, quality issues, and quality control issues. Stuff that should never have left the factory and is found on a musician or a music store shelf or hanger. Okay, it shouldn't even be there. It should never have left because the quality is that bad. There's issues that I was at a local guitar store here, and I looked at five different basses, Fenders, okay, both precision and jazz basses. Every single one of them had a neck alignment issue, and I mean it was noticeable hanging on the wall. You didn't even have to pick it up and take a close look at it. You could see it from 20 feet away that the neck alignment was off and the strings were the G string was wanting to fall off of the neck because it was right at the edge, barely able to fret once you got to the top of the neck, or the top of the fretboard. So, I can't recommend a Fender. I'm not even going to talk about them any further because there's no point. Your other options are you've got Schecter, you've got ESP LTD, you've got Jackson. Who else? Epiphone, I think, might make a five string. Yeah, all of those that I mentioned, they're all very modern. A lot of them come with EMG pickups and stuff like that. They do modern tones. Um, if you're looking for something a little more old school, something with more of a vintage tone to it, or something that is capable of doing multiple genres, you've only got a couple of options. One would be Fender. If Fender wasn't having so many problems in their factory, I would say definitely look at them. But I can't say look at Fender right now because they're just having too many problems. Um, Two of your options though, for a more vintage tone in a five string, are these two basses right here. All right, you have the new. Both of these are new for they're both 2023 basses. You have here the Yamaha Broad Bass 735A. Okay, and here you have the Sterling by Music Man Ray 35. Both of these are top tier offshore offerings. Okay, Yamaha is their pro stuff is manufactured in Japan. This one's manufactured in Indonesia. Music Man, their pro stuff is manufactured here in the U.S. This one is also manufactured in a factory in Indonesia. Both bases are the top tier for the offshore offerings from both companies. Anything higher than this, you're getting into either a Japanese Yamaha or a U.S. Music Man. Both bases, I'll just cover the similarities right now. Both bases are very high quality. They're excellent. Both bases are able to dial in a low action. Both bases have very smooth, very nice necks. Both bases are active. Both bases have a 3-band EQ. Both bases have a 6-bolt mount for the neck. Okay, I think that's the similarities. Yeah, that's the similarities. Okay, now let's go to the differences. The Yamaha bass does more of like a. This is actually comparable to a Fender. This thing is. This is a sweet bass. Very smooth bass, very playable bass. It feels great. This thing is solid. This thing is, I would put it next to their Japanese version, no problem. These things are very, very high quality. The bass is solid. There's no loose, nothing moves. It's just, and it's great. It's set up beautifully. Gonna come up, show you. This is called a coffee burst. It has a gloss finish on the body with a satin finish on the neck. The neck material is mahogany and maple sandwiched, and the body material is alder and mahogany. Is that right? No, alder and maple. Sorry. All right. Yeah, I think it's maple. They make a sandwich like this. It's like alder, maple, and then alder again. And I guess that gives it some interesting tonal characteristics. It has 2 pickups. It has a split precision pickup, and it has a straight jazz pickup. One thing with this that it is a little noisy because these are single coil pickups, especially if you go over to the jazz pickup. It's pretty noisy. It's not too bad on the P pickup because it's actually 2 coils, but it's not considered a humbucker. It has a passive active switch, so you could turn off the active pickup and just go passive. Excuse me. This thing has a really smooth sound. Very playable. Very nice bass. You know, I've taken this out. My main bass is a 4-string Rickenbacker, and I take this thing out, put it right next to the Rick. No problem. No problem at all. All right. So that is the Yamaha Bb735A. That's off. Now this one is the Sterling by Music Man Ray 35. Also very high quality. But where, and this is where I could use both these basses. This bass is kind of smooth. It's got that more, it's kind of like a P bass almost. Kind of real smooth kind of vibe to it. This one is more gritty. Okay, now this thing, volume, 3-band EQ. It has a pickup selector here that changes parallel the wiring of the two coils in the humbucker pickup here. It's I believe it's parallel with a filter and series, or series with a filter and parallel. I don't remember which one it is, but it gives you different tonal options, and then you've got a 3-band EQ of bass, mid, and treble. This thing, I love the neck on this thing. This thing, the neck, it feels just like the U.S. Music Man Ray 5, Stingray 5. It's a wonderful feeling neck. It's nice. It's smooth. It's like glass. It's fast. It's a roasted maple neck, roasted maple fretboard. It has a gloss sparkle finish. This particular model comes in two different finishes. It comes in this blue sparkle with a white pearloid pickguard. Isn't that beautiful? And like I said, roasted maple neck and roasted maple fretboard. Or it comes in a purple sparkle finish with a roasted maple neck and a rosewood fretboard. Of the two, this one's my favorite because of the tone. This one's, like I said, it grinds. Where this one's smoother, this one's got grind. This one's heavier too. I weighed these things. This one, the broad bass, the Yamaha weighs 9.4 pounds. The Sterling Ray 35 weighs 10.4 pounds. There's a pound difference between the two of them, and you can feel it. I mean, this thing's pretty hefty. If you're gonna stand with this thing, you're gonna want a nice thick, nice wide, and thick, comfortable guitar strap in order to be able to hang out with this thing for a couple of sets. Anyway, so these are two to consider if you're in the market for a new 5-string and you'll want something that's going to be more vintage rather than modern. I mean, both of them are capable of doing pretty much any genre you want to throw at them. They're both very competent and very versatile basses because of all the tonal stuff. I mean, this one with its ability to be able to switch between passive or active, 3-band EQ, it's got a pickup blend. And then this one with a single humbucker pickup and a 3-band EQ, and then the selector that changes the wiring of the pickup coils and puts a filter on one of the settings. You got a lot of versatility there. You can play pretty much any genre with these basses, but overall their tone is more old school. Alnico magnets are the reason for that. Alnico magnets give us that vintage kind of tone when used in the pickups. There's ceramic, and then now there's neodymium, which is they're super light and super strong magnets. They both give a more modern, more clear, clean, really punchy sound. Um, they don't grind so much. You can't. You need a distortion pedal if you want to get some grind out of a bass with ceramic or neodymium magnets. With Alnicos, they do it naturally. They give you that nice vintage growl, and that's what I like. That's what I go for in any one of my basses. I mean, I play a Rickenbacker. My number one and number two basses are right here. My Rickenbacker, and this would be my number two for 5-string stuff. And then my other one is a Geddy Lee signature jazz bass, which is also old school. It's basically a 1972 reissue jazz bass. I like that old school tone. I like that growl. So if that's what you're into and that's what you're looking for in a 5-string, take a look at either one of these. This one's more smooth. This one's got more grind. They're both very vintage sounding, and they're both very versatile. You can do a lot with either one of these basses. Just keep in mind, they are a little heavy. This one's not so bad at 9.4 pounds. This one at 10.4 pounds, that extra pound makes a difference. And you can feel it when you pick them up, you hold them. You can feel this one's a bit heavier. Yeah, that's about it. Yamaha broad bass Bb735A, or the Stingray by Sterling by Music Man Stingray 5. Model number is Ray 35. If you're looking for them online, they're both good quality instruments. You can't go wrong with either one of them. I recommend them both. I enjoy them because, for my purposes, I have a very eclectic taste in music. I play a lot of different stuff. Most of it's older, but all of it's different. I don't play any one genre. I play several different genres, so either one of these basses could be appropriate for stuff that I'm doing because of their tone. So check them out, buy one, get them both. Just have fun. Rock and roll. Play that music. Enjoy your instruments. And peace and God bless. Thanks for tuning into the channel. I hope this has been helpful. That's why I do this. I want to help you guys make your decisions when you're buying this stuff, because we work hard for our money, and we don't know. All we know is we read the reviews online. We see we've got, if we're on social networking, we've got the different pages that we talk on social networking, and on those things you never know what you're going to get, because everybody has an opinion and they don't always agree. Well, we can talk about this thing. Some people will hate it. Some people will love it. Some people will be like, totally indifferent. Same thing with this. You don't know what you're going to get. You don't know who to listen to. So I tell you what I see. And what I see here is quality. What I see here is nice smooth tone, nice growl. Beautiful 5-string basses. Both of them are definitely worth your consideration. You get a lot of bang for your buck, even though these days the price of these instruments keeps going up. But anyway, again, thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. Peace and God bless.